Hey guys, Trigger Epic John coming at you with another Diablo Immortal video. This video is going to be a little controversial. I want to talk about, is it worth it to actually buy legendary crests? Is that something that you should even be worrying about when it comes to Diablo Immortal? Is it feasible? Is it financially feasible for you to buy them? And at what point is it just a flat out, you should not buy them at all? Let's go ahead and talk about it so that way you guys can understand more of what it is that kind of drives the game and hopefully will drive you to better enjoy the game and actually enjoy playing it versus, depleting your bank account and maybe regretting it. All right, before we get into the rest of this video, I do want to take a second and thank our sponsor, Infinite Magicraid, for this video today. You'll see here that I have the game pulled up. I'm currently level 8. I do want to go ahead and I want to speak on a few things. I want you to notice really quickly that the energy at the top in the center here is at 570. This is something that's going to stick out to me as notable. As I've been playing, it's been going up. That's a lot of energy. It costs about 4 energy to run a battle in this game. This means this is a game that you can play and actually put in time to grind and have fun with. That's very rare when it comes to gacha gang. I also want to go ahead and I want to point out here that they are actually giving us a promo code as soon as you start out here. And I want to go ahead and I want to use that promo code today to kind of show you guys what you actually get for this. Let me go ahead and let me grab that promo code. It is IM77. With this promo code, it should be giving me some rewards. Actually, IM777. Don't forget that last 7. If I go ahead and I confirm this should give me some rewards. It did. It gave me the rewards. Now let's go ahead and let's figure out where those rewards are so that way we can get them. Looks like it's on that little chest right here. Notice that if you are a new player, you see this here, click on this. We got some summoning. We can do some summons. We have all kinds of things. Let's go ahead and let's claim those. And let's go ahead and let's see, can this actually get me anything worthwhile? Let's see. It looks like I can get some wishes. I can go ahead and do some summons. Let's go ahead and do some summons while we talk really quickly. Infinite Magicraid is a gacha type game. It is going to start out with over 200 plus characters. Just notice that I have a bunch of new characters that I just got, even an epic, which is awesome. This game itself feels pretty well put together right from the start as far as an actual gacha game releasing goes. Look at that. We got another epic. This is awesome. You can't go wrong with that. Also, I also want to talk really quickly. They are also giving you one of the best legendaries in the game right off the beginning once you complete the beginner's tutorial. And that is actually going to be the character that manipulates the turn meter of other characters as well as the healing ability. That in any type of gacha game is always a game ender, always a must have for any type of composition as well as any type of build. A massive, massive shout out to Infinite Magicraid for go ahead and giving you that type of character right from the beginning. I also want to go ahead and talk about the fact that as they keep getting more pre-registers and downloads, they're giving more and more rewards to their players as the global launch actually happens. So make sure you download it so you can get those free rewards. On top of, not to mention the fact that they have a $100,000 giveaway. You can definitely go click the links, go check out their YouTube and their Facebook page to get more information on the Star event, which is their giveaway. This is going to be a lot of great prizes. You definitely want to go check it out. Don't miss out on it. And the other thing that I want to talk about, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show and roll into, is the fact that they have 4 times speed. I definitely want to showcase that for you guys. All right, so as you can see here, we do have it on 4 times speed. My head is probably covering this up just a little bit. But yeah, we are at 4 times speed, which is great. This is something that does not happen in a lot of these types of games. If you are somebody who is looking for a very well put together gacha game that's going to be starting out on launch, definitely take a look. Make sure to download Infinite Magicraid, and even more importantly, make sure to download it with the link down below. That's actually going to help support me, especially if you love to support me and my channel. I greatly appreciate this. I appreciate everyone watching this. Definitely make sure, go down, click the link. It helps me. Let me help you. And also, I wanted to make sure that you guys brought to your attention, you guys can see the graphics of this game. It's not like what you would expect as a normal gacha game. It does look pretty good. In my personal opinion, I think this game may or may not have some staying power. It already has a lot launching with the game that's going to make a difference when it comes to actually talking about if the game's going to stick around or not stick around. So without further ado, let's get it back into the Diablo video. And hopefully you guys enjoyed Infinite Magicraid, and make sure to download below. Thank you. All right, so I thought this topic was kind of one that we should talk about, especially with given our sponsor, Infinite Magicraid, that did us a nice little solid for sponsoring the video. Make sure to download that, by the way. The reason why we're going to talk about this is because I feel like I come from the background of playing gacha games, right? I come from the background of I've spent a lot of money on these games, and it's always worth spending in games if you enjoy the content. Let's just say, for example, like you really enjoy the Heliquary aspect. Like, let's say this is your niche, right? It's okay to spend it in a game if you're supporting the creator. right? If you find something particularly fun in the game that interests you, that motivates you to play it, obviously, yeah, then it's kind of okay, right? There's always a monetary value that you're going to need to kind of assign to this. Like, okay, is it, is it like 10, 20, 100, 1,000? I know that escalated quickly, but you always got to kind of think, okay, at what point is the stopping point of I should no longer be helping or contributing to X game, right? So let's talk about Diablo Immortal. So for example, since we have the Hellquery pulled up, we have this new game mode that just came out, right? We have also the old Gorgoth. I need to actually go and complete this with my Hellquery raid partners. But to do this kind of content, you need to have a high combat rating. Now, how do you get combat rating? In this game, it's pretty straightforward. To get combat rating, which is going to be this stat right here, basically what you need to do is you need to increase your resonance. You need to drop better gear, right? Because obviously your gear drastically increases your combat rating. So triples are going to be what you want to go for. Not so much of the lower attribute numbers. Like notice these are all under 100. These are going to be bad. You want over 100 ones. We're in health 4 now. Going to be fast approaching health 5 by the time this video releases, actually. But it's those kind of concepts that kind of drive how far you can get into this kind of content, right? So should you feel pressured to spend? I feel like in this game itself, you'll notice that I have a lot of 5-star gems. I really do. I'm going to be making videos with tier lists of the 5-star gems and 1 stars and 2 stars as well, because I want you guys to understand you don't have to have these. You really don't. From what I've noticed in a lot of my play testing, and that's because I was there for a long time, I was not running all level 5s. I was running with actually 3 or 4 level 1s and level 2s, and I was having just as much fun as I am with the 5-star gems. Now, the caveat of that, yes, is 100% game types like Hellquery, PvP, right? Battlegrounds. And even challenge rifts are a lot more challenging, harder when you don't spend in the game. But honestly, let's think about this, guys. Right now, my resonance is at 2,160. Granted, I have 3 1-star level 10 gems, right? So obviously I spent some money. To be exact, I spent about $2,500 in the game. And honestly, at this point, I'm done. I'm gonna keep buying the Boon of Plenty. That's it. I'm not gonna spend any more on the game because the return on investment isn't there. For a lot of players that are playing this game, I know a lot of you are you're getting to the point now where you're stuck in your infinite loop. You don't have a whole lot to look forward to, or you're like, hey, how do I progress these gems? Because you went out and you went ahead and bought. So you trigger that dopamine, right? Of, okay, now I have what I need, but now I need to grow them. I need to make them better. How am I gonna do that, John? Well, unfortunately, it's gonna take time or money. So my personal advice to you, and the reason why we're making this video and we're talking about this, is because should you really be buying legendary crests? Like, should you literally be buying them? Like, is this something where like you should go ahead and say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna whale out, I'm gonna buy 100, 200 of these, yada, yada, yada. I'm gonna get everything that I ever needed on the game. Well, you're not. It's gonna be RNG based. No different than playing a gacha game. I feel like gacha games are a little bit more honest in what they are versus legendary crests though, which is why I wanted to do this video with a sponsor. And that's because gacha games tell you that, that they're literally a gacha game. So you spend to summon units to play a game. In this case, you're spending for a crest for a run to get a gem, right? So if you get in that mentality, if you start getting into that point where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna spend, I'm gonna do this, that, and the other, at some point in time, you're going to say, oh no, maybe I shouldn't be buying these. I'm like I said, I'm $2,500 in. I've got my resonance is just over 2,000. I don't care about my tier 3 wings. I probably won't get them. I could sacrifice these gems here and I could move over here and put them on, say, my Phoenix Ashes. I have enough platinum where I could probably get a 4 out of 5 Phoenix Ashes and then get that leveled up to rank 4, maybe, with the resources that I have currently. But at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, sure, that raise my resonance, but that'd take away my awakening slot. It would basically peak me out to where I'd be done. I have no resources to play with. I'd have nothing to really do other than play as free to play or spend money. So then at that point, I'm back at the mercy of the market. We'd have to go back in the market and start selling. And actually, I'm about to start doing that myself right now because I just sold my last 2-star gem. So now I got to go back in and I got to start selling in the market anyways. But it's one of those objects of at what point is it worth spending money in the game? let's talk about this. I really hate to see anyone spend money in the game that doesn't have it, especially depending on what type of aspects you play. If you are someone who is only playing this game for the camaraderie with your friends, or because you enjoy the PvE type content, like if all you enjoy doing is Elder Rifts or Challenge Rifts, similar to like what you would do in Diablo 3 if you're coming from Diablo 3 aspect, I would not recommend you spend a whole lot of money on crests. I just wouldn't. I have friends that are in Aftershock United who have spent $10 in the game. No, $12, sorry, $12 because they bought the Boon of Plenty. And that's all they bought in the game, and yet they're still doing 90% of the content. Now, is it necessarily something that where you need to be buying these all the time? Once again, that's like we circle back to the start of the video where I said, hey, is it worth it for you to pay to help contribute to a creator of a game because it has something that you enjoy? I think if you are the type of person who does enjoy supporting creators or developers, so to speak, because you enjoy playing a game, then it's going to be worth it, and it's going to be time. It's going to be worth it to go ahead and spend a little bit of money. Would I ever recommend buying these $100 packs? Absolutely not. Don't waste your money on them, guys. I mean, if you got it like that, sure. If you got a gift card, okay. All I would recommend getting, honestly, guys, is get your battle pass. I'd buy that every month. I would buy your. I can't even find it. It's because that's how often I don't actually have to buy it. Where is it? Services again. Yep. I would buy your Boon of Plenty because it allows you to pull at the market like really easily, and it gives you increased storage space, right? Remote access and market trade slots. Like, I think this right here is a massive investment. This is $10 a month. So I think that's kind of worth it. Plus $5 to $6 for the battle pass. I mean, you're looking at $16 a month. And then Prodigy's Path is okay, but don't get hoodwinked on this one. I actually have a video dedicated to this topic itself because I did this and I wasted all the resources and it turned out not to be worth it for me at all. But that's because I did it so early in the game that it just was worthless. So definitely don't waste your money on this. But overall, if you are someone who is just trying to play the game and have fun, honestly, you know, a couple of these lower packs aren't bad. Personally, I prefer getting the keys myself, just because getting the keys helps the Haradrim. The Haradrim is a permanent stat bonus. I've noticed that I do get pretty good gains off of that when I only focus on the 3 vessels. You'll see my videos on them and talk about it. But yeah, I really feel like for everyone involved, if you are someone who wants to spend money and wants to play, you need to take note of what you can afford, what you can't afford. Also, take note of what are you willing to support the developer. I'm 2,500 in. I no longer want to support this developer. I'm done. I'm going to buy the battle pass, and I'll keep up on Boon of Plenty. Maybe I might do it. We'll see. It's really not that big of a deal to teleport over to the market. But I think for the most part, that's going to be it for me. Just because the simple fact of I'm tired of investing and buying these crests, because what you get out of them, it just isn't what you should. And that's just plain fact. Now, does that mean I'm done playing Diablo Immortal? Absolutely not. Does that mean I'm going to go more to the free-to-play route? Sure. Is that going to help my content? Probably not. So definitely keep that in mind. But I just want to make sure that you guys are all aware of what's going on and what to be aware of yourself, because I hate to see anyone get hoodwinked or end up with buyer's remorse, because there's nothing worse than that, especially in this game. Because if you do get buyer's remorse and say you refund something, they dock your orbs. I literally had a teammate that was in my warband who he bought the Boon of Plenty and it charged him twice. So what did he do? He refunded one of them because he got charged twice. And what ended up happening, Blizzard came in, removed the items, and it locked his account. He could no longer play with us unless he bought more. And at that point, that upset him, and he was done. So I would hate to see you guys get to a point where you're like, oh crap, I didn't mean to buy that, or I didn't mean to spend that. And then you end up with the result of, okay, now your time and energy is gone because you've locked your account. Just keep that in mind. Play within your means. It's a big statement here, guys. And yeah, that's kind of gonna do it for me. Make sure you go download Afiliate Magicraid at the bottom of the description. That helps me out tremendously if you do, FYI. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.